Before Stephen King, before Shirley Jackson, there was a gentleman in a dinner jacket writing quiet nightmares by candlelight. His name was Edward Frederick Benson, and in stories like Caterpillars, he didn't terrify you with screams. He whispered something unspeakable and waited for your nerves to unravel. Welcome to the Vault of Lost Tales, resurrecting the authors that time tried to bury. E. F. Benson was born in 1867 into privilege. His father, Edward White Benson, would become the Archbishop of Canterbury, the highest post in the Church of England. The Benson household was one of intellect, order, and expectation. It produced scholars, writers, and spiritual leaders. But among them, Frederick stood apart. Despite this devout and dignified upbringing, Benson's imagination danced in stranger shadows. Where others saw faith and doctrine, he saw the flicker of things just beyond the veil. He was raised on sermons, but he wrote of spirits. His world was steeped in afternoon teas and cathedral ceilings, yet his mind wandered into cold rooms and ghostly whispers. He dined with aristocrats, but he dreamed of ghosts. He attended literary salons, but he haunted graveyards in prose. He wrote best-selling comedies full of biting satire and genteel rivalry. Yet he could never resist the soft, persistent pull of the supernatural. Benson lived a literary double life. By day, he was the beloved author of the Map and Lucia novels, delightfully sharp comedies of manners filled with gossip, tea parties, and the petty wars of small-town socialites. His readers laughed at the genteel absurdities of life in Tilling, where a well-timed insult could cause more scandal than a duel. In these books, his wit was razor-sharp, but never cruel, skewering British pretensions with the finesse of a practiced host handing out cucumber sandwiches and scathing side-eye. But by night, he wrote something entirely different. He conjured tales like The Room in the Tower, The Bus Conductor, and Caterpillars. Stories that didn't shout their horror, they whispered it. These weren't blood-soaked spectacles or tales of screaming phantoms. Benson's ghosts crept. His horrors waited just out of frame, where you thought you saw something move, or maybe heard your name spoken when no one was there. Caterpillars, published in 1912, is a masterclass in dread. Quiet, refined, and exquisitely unsettling. Our narrator, curious and rational, dismisses the rumors until he spends a night there himself. And then it begins. At night, the floor swarms with white caterpillars, not ordinary ones. These creatures are unnatural, uncanny, pale, silent, writhing in impossible numbers across the room. By morning, they vanish. No trace, no proof. It plays on a primal fear of infestation, of the body being invaded, of something wrong and wriggling just beneath the surface. But more than that, it captures a psychological truth that fear doesn't always need a source. Sometimes fear is the source. Some scholars have suggested that Caterpillars is about suppressed fear or guilt, something festering beneath the surface of social decorum. Others go deeper, interpreting the story as a coded metaphor for Benson's own lived experience. He was a confirmed bachelor in a time that gave no space, no language for the queer identities that shaped countless lives in silence. He never married, he lived with male companions, and like many of his generation, he existed within a tightly corseted world, where everything looked proper on the outside and everything else was buried deep. E. F. Benson died in 1940 in the quiet town of Rye, Sussex, where he'd once served as mayor and penned much of his fiction. He passed peacefully, leaving behind a legacy as both a literary wit and a conjurer of shadows. But his ghost stories? They never truly died. Writers from Ramsey Campbell to Susan Hill have cited Benson's influence. Authors who understand that horror doesn't have to shout. It can whisper. It can wear a well-pressed jacket. It can walk politely into the room and still chill you to the bone. Benson didn't need gore or jump scares or grotesque monsters. He gave us something more powerful. Questions. What did you see in the dark? Why won't the dream fade? And why does that room, that one room, still feel wrong, even now? A reminder that some rooms remember. And some fears don't scream, they crawl. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.